How's it going? How's it growing, eh? It's OG Scotty B. What's good? What's the deal? What's the deal, YouTube? It's your dog. Yeah, just fucking around. Listen, so, what was I going to talk about? Do I want to drop that shit or not? Not yet. Need more research. Okay, many years ago, I went to go see Pink Floyd and it was the one without when Roger Waters had just left the band, and it was the big fucking, they sued each other over millions of dollars and whatever. Anyway, so whether they could use the big pig or not or whatever the fuck. Anyway, so we went down to go see Pink Floyd, and it was kind of funny. The guy that I went with him, my friend Kevin, his little brother Julian, and this other guy Doug. And Kevin's mom actually drove us. We were 16, 17 at the time. And this is when me and my other friend used to sell a lot of weed. Like, I think I told you that story. We were selling weed at high school and stuff. So we got tickets for the Seattle show, and I live in Vancouver. And then the Vancouver show was the next night. So we got tickets for the Seattle show, and we got a bunch of acid, and we dropped the acid, and we start drinking that day, and the day of the show, and dropping acid, and then we had to go up to the high school to go get. I had the weed, the Thai, like this is back when it was Thai weed and stuff like that. So I had the Thai weed, which is what we were selling. And my buddy had the skunk, which is what we called Kush, or we called it skunk weed back then. So my buddy had the skunk weed, and so I had to go trade him, and he was going to take care of things while I was away or whatever. So we went up there. So we drive up in this little red Acadian car, and my friend used to fucking go up on two wheels in this little thing. I swear to God, man, it was just funny. The guy was just a nut driver. Anyway, and he used to always do like burnouts and donuts and shit, and fucking, oh yeah, he was a great like getaway driver guy. And so we go up to the high school to go get this weed, and all these people come to the car because we're the pot dealers, so they come to go get weed. So everyone's surrounding the car going, hey, give me a gram. So I'm selling weed like this, okay, boom, pass some money, and then all of a sudden everyone runs away, and the principal of the school sticks his head in the window, and I got all the weed between my legs, and I just and this big floppy fucking hat on. So I throw the hat down and just kind of close my leg and cover the weed, and he sticks his head in the window and goes, what are you boys peddling? And my buddy goes, we're not peddling, it's a fucking standard. See? And he pops it into gear, and we just drive away. And then so we go down, and we're just fucking lit high, and we go see this great Pink Floyd show. It was amazing. I think we did 2 or 3 what we call like squares of acid. We were really fucked up. So this is not condoning drug use, but this is what I used to do. So this is what the story's about. And so on our way back, we're drinking and having fun and laughing, whatever, and just peaking now. Just the concert was amazing. So his mom's driving us back, right? And she's this old English lady, and their dad used to actually work for the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra. He's first string violin, and he's this fucking old English, like an old English musician, man. Loved his fucking martinis. Fuck, he's this old drunk guy, man. Like, fuck. He used to come down the stairs when me and Julian were jamming, and he'd be, okay, boys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, yeah, just 4 time, just like the Beatles. He was a funny guy. Anyways, so Mrs. Grolcott's fucking, she's driving us, and I'm like, Miss Grolcott, I gotta fucking piss, pull over. And she's like, oh, I know this nice little place. We can go get the best pie in the county. It's very nice pie. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I really gotta go. Right? I gotta fucking go. And, still she's going on. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. this bar is very good. And so okay, yeah, well, so she just turns off in this place, and she pulls in, and I run up to the wall, and I start taking a leak, and my buddy Kevin runs up, and he starts taking a leak, and we notice that we're literally like we're pissing right on the wall, and the window's right here, and people are like literally looking right at us, and we're fucking so high that we just start laughing, man. We couldn't stop laughing, and then the little brother comes up to go take a leak, and as soon as he gets up there, and he's the good kid of the fucking family, right? And as soon as he gets up there, the cops pull in, and they shine the light on him, and he's taking a leak on this fucking restaurant, on their fucking, it's their donut shop. They had a precinct or a count, whatever, right across the highway from this place. So they went there all the time for coffee and shit, and I'm like, fuck. We're just laughing our guts out, and this guy's going, well, I'm gonna arrest this, I'm arresting you and this, and so finally Miss Grocott comes out, and she's like, well, I don't think you should be arresting my son. We're from Canada, you know. And the cop is like, don't you believe in bathrooms up in Canada? And we're just fucking we're like, no, man, we piss in our igloos. We're just fucking laughing like idiots. So, so the cop takes Julian to go process him and charge him with fucking indecent exposure. I think anyways, he gets charged, and fucking Kevin's mom, she's just so pissed off at us, man. She's so mad at us, she wouldn't buy us any more beer. We're like, come on, please, you gotta get us more beer. The liquor store's closes in Vancouver. We can't. So we're fucking begging her to get us more beer. And she kept blaming us. No, it's your fault, Julian got in trouble. It's your fault, You guys are such a bad influence. And yeah, so we get up to Vancouver and we keep partying, and we've talked her into getting us more beer. Or either that or we fucking jumped in the car and drove to the Biltmore, because I think it was back then when the Biltmore was still open till 4 o'clock, and you can make these drunken North Van to Vancouver runs and get beer at 4 in the morning. I think it was something like that, if I remember correctly. It is a long time ago. Anyways, so we do that, and we're still drinking and whatever, and yeah, we stayed up all that night, and I went to school the next morning to go get some weed from my friend, and we were gonna start drinking at my house. My dad was at work, so we raided his liquor cabinet and jumped in the hot tub and started drinking there. And yeah, so we saw both shows on the same acid trip, which is kind of cool. Amazing show, though. If you ever get a chance to see Roger Waters do any of his Pink Floyd stuff, it's a good show.